Comfortable? Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kunal, to begin with, let us know something about you.
Sir, as you know, my name is Kunal Yadav. I belong to Rewari district of Haryana, where I have done my schooling from. Thereafter, I have completed my BSc Chemistry Honours from St. Stephen's College, Delhi University. After that, sir, I joined State Bank of India and worked as probationary officer for 18 months, where I was under training. I joined Income Tax Department after quitting my SBI job and have been working there since then, sir. And sir, I want to be inducted into civil services because this is where I feel the roles and responsibilities that I'll be provided will complement my potential and I'll be able to do some good for the overall society.
So you're basically an income tax inspector.
Yes, sir.
You had been a banker earlier.
Yes, sir.
Though your education was in sciences, you did your chemistry honors from Stephen's College.
Yes, sir.
So this change from being a science student to getting into banking, and now even now it is more or less the same number crunching. So do you believe that you adapted well to this change, or you still a science student deep inside?
Sir, I believe that I have adapted well. In fact, I think of it as one of my strengths, where I can work in different departments and I switched easily. So I did not feel any hiccups doing that, sir.
Okay.
Kunal, what is your UPSC roll number?
6300539, ma'am.
And what is the sum of it? Sum of the digits?
26, ma'am.
Okay. You have studied in St. Stephen's College.
Yes, ma'am.
Who was St. Stephen?
Ma'am, St. Stephen is believed to be the first Christian martyr.
Martyr for what cause?
That I am not sure, ma'am.
Okay. From your DAF, I gather that you have left CAPF
Yes, ma'am.
service. Why?
Ma'am, I wanted to give similar kind of UPSC examinations while preparing for civil services. I knew that the training and the job, the rigorous nature of the job would not allow me to prepare for civil services as effectively as I could do in my current job. So I preferred not to join it.
Or were you frightened by the dangers associated with that job?
Ma'am, I would not call myself frightened from the job profile.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
But why did you give this exam if you were not willing to take this exam just for practice?
Yes, ma'am. Similar UPSC exams I wanted to give and I felt that I should give CAPF examination.
And if you get a service which is not of your preference, will you leave that job again? If you are allocated some service from civil services which you don't prefer, what will you do?
Ma'am, I'll join the services and I'll continue preparing for the desired service.
Okay. My last question to you. Tell me, has women education led to increase in more divorce rate in India?
Ma'am, it would be wrong in my opinion to draw a correlation between women education and the rate of divorces. It can be simply linked to the empowerment of women in terms of awareness of their rights, in terms of their ability to speak up against violence as well as excesses committed over them. So if in a marriage a woman feels that they should not continue with it, the economic empowerment which has come due to education will allow them to sustain themselves and they will not be dependent on the male head of the family. So they can take independent decisions with regards to their life. And if it results into a divorce, ma'am, I think it is the individual's prerogative to decide on their marriage life.
Thank you, Kunal.
Thank you, ma'am.
Recently, a solo traveler who have been traveling solo Europe extensively very categorically said in her travelogue that it is far more safer to travel solo as a woman in Europe than traveling in her own state, which is Haryana.
Yes, sir. I did come across this statement. It was put to the Chief Minister, if I am not wrong, of Haryana. Sir, there are issues with respect to women crime in India and we are steadily, sir, improving on that front. So it acts as a hindrance in terms of attracting female solo travelers because security is one of the most primary concern of a traveler. So, sir, there are issues, I would admit it.
Okay, Kunal, you have been a banker earlier. If your life is a bank, Tell me, what is the interest?
Sir, my social relationships.
If your life is bank, social relationship is your interest, then what are NPAs?
Sir, not doing everything I would like to do.
Fine, Kunal, it was nice talking to you. Your interview is over, you can go now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Take your seat, Kunal.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me, how was it? Kahan theek ja raha hai? Where you believe that you need to work?
Sir, I felt largely it went okay, and I could revise a bit more on issues. I could be more pinpointed. When sir was asking about international relations, I should not have given background in some areas, I felt, sir. So I could be more crisp, I think.
Primarily, these are the areas, in fact, we also thought of. In general, Kunal, you're a good candidate. You carry nice personality. Your background is good, and you're currently in service. You've been through. You have tasted a few success in the past, which in fact adds to your personality. So that's why you're going to be a candidate. Board members will be welcoming in general. Coming to specifics of this interview, your entry is good, your sitting posture is good, the way you, I'll be coming to the verbal communication, but other aspect, your eye contact is good. In general, your hand movement and other non-verbal communication parameters are in place. It appears that you have taken good guidance on that and you are following certain set of things, which is good. I mean, at most places these are good.